Tessa, this is a place where newborn babies were brought to be cared for, but 7 of them did not make it home because of the nurse meant to be looking after them. Lucy Letby had been working here for a number of years when there was a spike in infant mortality rates. In 2015 it emerged that consultants had raised some concerns that she may have had something to do with that, but it's claimed those concerns were ignored and dismissed by bosses at this hospital. So the hospital had questions to answer on whether it could have stepped in any way to limit the huge damage done by Lucy Letby. They did make a statement outside the hospital today. They didn't answer that particular question, that issue, but they did say that lessons are being learned.
I speak for the whole trust when I say how deeply saddened and appalled we are at Lucy Letby's crimes. We are extremely sorry that these crimes were committed at our hospital, and our thoughts continue to be with all the families and loved ones of the babies who came to harm or who died. We cannot begin to understand what they have been through. Since Lucy Letby worked at our hospital, we have made significant changes to our services. And I want to provide reassurance to every patient that may access our services that they can have confidence in the care that they will receive.
And Alan, not surprisingly, we're hearing the government has ordered an independent inquiry now.
Yeah, there had been repeated calls for an inquiry to take place, especially from the families, victims in all of this. The government today confirming that that will go ahead, saying that it will look at the murders and attempted murders, but also whether issues were not raised, whether concerns raised by clinicians were dealt with by bosses. They've also said that families will very much shape this inquiry and that their voices will very much be heard in all of this.
Alan, in the last few minutes, we've had word from the government, haven't we?
Yeah, there had been several calls for an independent inquiry to take place into what happened here. The government today confirming that that would go ahead, looking at the murders and attempted murders. Here's what one government minister said in the last few minutes.
The important thing here is that something like this must never happen again, and of course the NHS must learn lessons. That's why the government is launching an inquiry to make sure that all the lessons that can be learned will be learned, and that all possible action is taken so that this can never happen again. One of the things here is actually to make sure that this can be done at pace, action taken quickly, and a non-statutory inquiry is one that can happen more quickly and be more flexible to answer the questions that need to be answered.
Now, a big part of any inquiry will likely to be whether this could have been prevented in any way. It did emerge that in 2015 consultants did raise concerns with hospital bosses, but those concerns were dismissed. Hospital bosses did make a statement here, an apology outside the hospital today. The medical director saying we are extremely sorry that these crimes were committed at our hospital, saying thoughts are with the parents of the children involved in all of this. I sense that apology will do little to ease the anger and the grief felt by the parents whose children were murdered here.